right, segment 2, Masters Podcast. This is Jason Iacovino, along with my brother Phil Iacovino from the comfort of my basement here in Owatonna, where we've got a couple of TVs. They're both on the Masters because the Twins are postponed today. I don't know what else I would throw up on the second screen, actually, at this point. I guess another random baseball game, but it's all about...
I think there's like Premier League soccer.
It could be that. You know, if it was... My wife, it's funny, we were watching SportsCenter this morning, and they show a 30-second UFC highlight where two women are going at it, and she's like, turn the channel! I just can't stand it.
I know it's a popular sport, and I don't mean to bring up UFC or anything, but that's just something I don't think, like, I'll get into boxing. Like, you know, every now and then if there's a big fight, I'll watch that. I have zero interest in UFC or UCF or whatever it is. Is it UFC?
UFC, Ultimate Fighting Championship. And there's probably another league, too, that I'm not thinking of. Like,
you're trying, it's too violent. We're worried about violence in, like, football and all that, but yet you can, like, knock someone out.
But if you ever been to, like, a B-dubs on a Saturday night when that stuff comes on, I always joke, I mean, especially in the fall when college football bumps into it.
Yeah.
You know, and they're going to try to get, I mean, eventually every TV in the joint is going to be on that thing, and it is packed. I mean, and there is a crowd that comes in there that you don't see unless it's the Steel County Fair.
So do you think any SEC school, like, name a couple of cities. You've got Gainesville and Baton Rouge and all that. Do you think if there's a UCF, or UFC, I'm sorry, shout out to UCF National Champs, UFC in Tuscaloosa, do you think any TVs are going to be like, well, we have this reserved in the corner for the UFC? No, it's all...
No, not if Bama's playing.
Yeah, and in Minnesota...
Not if any college football's going on.
So I was here... Yeah. I was at a restaurant in Minneapolis, 508 Club or whatever, to get dinner one night, and the Gophers had just kicked off, and some guy had the Cubs on, waiting for his flight. What a joke! I mean, I'm sorry.
This is a whole other tangent. I mean,
sorry
I can't tell. I can't tell you how many times, you know, in the fall here in Minnesota, where I've gone into a bar or restaurant and the Gophers have been playing, and I've had to ask the staff to
change it to the Gopher game.
TV to the Gopher game. We are not a college football haven
here. Not even on the boat yet, let alone rowing it.
Yeah, and we can get to that a little bit later too, but. So anyway, we're watching the first few holes of the final round of the Masters here with the leaders. You know, again, Patrick Reed is, and I wanted to bring that up in the last segment, and I'll go to it now as we watch him here wait for his second shot on 3. He bogeys number 1. He starts this day with a 3-shot lead over Rory McIlroy after a tremendous third round yesterday. He was 14 under to start this round, bogeyed number 1. What are the chances that Patrick Reed is wearing a green jacket at the end of today?
I think right now he still has the best chance to wear a jacket. I'm not in the...
Really?
I do. I think I'm not in the camp of like, well, he's going to fold and let Rory do this thing. Rory's drive on 1 was 45 yards offline. Reed's was obviously out to the left. Rory managed to par, but I mean, this thing, you know, it's his to lose. He's got the medal. He's won on the tour multiple times. You know, get him in a I mean, he's a competitor.
Okay.
You can say what you will about the Ryder Cup. I'm not comparing the match. I'm saying that when the competitive juices are flowing, he can rise to the occasion. One guy I'll say...
No, he's wearing a pink shirt. This is another thing I was going to bring up.
He's been, Nike said no to the red shirt today.
Normally, Patrick Reed wears red on Sundays, which we know, of course, is pretty sacred because Tiger Woods wears red on Sundays, and today it was with the black sweater vest on top of it. But today, Patrick Reed shows up in pink, and someone stepped in there and said...
his apparel company, Nike, said... Thanks, but no thanks. And I said this to when we were going to tee off this morning, and I said it to Aaron. I said, you know, if Payne Stewart was still alive and playing, you can't wear like knickers in his honor in the field if he's in the field.
Of course not.
So why are you giving homage to he's back
or an NFL beret?
Right. He was doing that when Tiger was out of the game or whatever. And then I get it. You're a Tiger fan when you're a kid, but you know what? I mean, now I wouldn't say you're on his level, but you're a colleague. So.
Well, I do find it interesting that you think that he's got the best chance to win.
He does
right now in this field, and you know I certainly respect your knowledge of professional golf. I mean, it's far above mine. But you know what I find interesting about that. You know, we had this debate a year ago about Justin Thomas and whether or not he was legit and ready to compete in majors. And I was on the side of saying, you know what, it was won 5 times on tour, fine. We'll wait and see when he gets in these big events.
Well,
I was dead wrong.
Even when he won in Hawaii, you said this is a 15 minutes of fame here for Justin Thomas.
Which I mean, it wasn't he was winning events that were not on NBC or CBS yet. You know, it was the preseason, and so but he absolutely had a phenomenal year last year, capped with a PGA Championship.
FedEx Cup.
And FedEx Cup victory. And so, so I admit I was wrong there. But other than winning a couple of times, what is it about Patrick Reed where you say that he's ready for this moment? Because the guys behind him.
The guy went to Augusta State, which is now Augusta University. They won 2. Did you even know that was a Division I school? They won 2 golf national championships when he was there. He won all of his match play matches, and that's kind of the format they have in college golf. And I mean, and this isn't a match play event. I'm just saying he's a winner.
Okay.
Patrick Reed is a winner on every stage. He hasn't won a major yet. Some guys don't win them right away. I'm not saying he's going to win this one. I'm saying he has the best chance, and it's not just because he has yes, it's because he has the lead, but it's not because of the lead. It's because who he is with the lead.
Jordan Spieth, after 2 rounds, looked like he, and he's not the only one, a superstar that looked like he could be a factor. What's happened to him
I would
in the last
say,
day and a half?
so, I mean, he came back to, not came back to earth, I guess. He went out guns blazing on Thursday and 2 over on Friday, and yesterday I think he kind of hung around even par, and now he's a couple under for the day.
I mean, there were people saying that, after Thursday that this tournament's over.
I didn't say it was over.
If he shoots another 66, you could turn the lights out, and he's 3 over after 2 holes on Friday.
Right, and
came back and still was only
what a putt there.
Yeah, and a nice putt by Reed for birdie. So he's even on the day.
Even on the day, and I think Rory has this for birdie as well.
Yeah. So anyway, but the point being that he weathered the storm on Friday. Found himself a couple shots off the lead going into the weekend, but he hadn't made any noise, and he finds himself 6 back right now. I mean, he's out of it.
He's going to have a big back 9 and then need some help.
Yeah.
But I will, even at this point in the tournament, I would say Reed has the best chance to win, then obviously Rory, then Spieth.
Really?
Yeah.
But John Rahm has birdied 2 of the first 3.
Rahm, okay. He's got a couple of tour wins.
Yeah, Rory missed a short birdie.
The one guy I'll tell you has no chance is Ricky.
And I want to get into a little bit of an extended conversation about Ricky Fowler. Oh, now that's a bogey for Rory. That wasn't for birdie. That was for par.
Oh, no.
And so he bogeyed number 3, and he's now back again to where he was to start the day, at 3 back at 11 under par.
So is that Rahm at 10 right now?
Correct. Rahm's at 10, so Rahm's 4 shots back, and Rory is 3 shots back.
This, otherwise, why would they show it? He's 5 under.
As far as this Paul Casey shot. But
sneaky CBS.
But you say Fowler is no chance. I mean, Fowler, he is becoming. Remember back in the early 2000s when we said that Phil Mickelson was the best player to have never won a major, and it went on and on and on and on until he finally did. Now he's got 6 of them or something like that, or 5.
I think he has 5. He's got 3 jackets and 2 PGA and an Open.
But Ricky Fowler, I mean, he is almost doubled what as far as what Mickelson had going on. He really is the best player on the planet. Never won it. He's always in the mix in these things.
I can tell you,
he's never won. And you're saying he's not going to win
I can rattle off 10 guys that have more wins than Ricky and don't have a major.
Oh, that's true.
Patrick Reed.
That's true, but he's always in the mix. He's always.
But what do top 10s get you? I said this morning. You can endorse clothing and equipment if you get a lot of top 10s and you're a good-looking guy that dates a
he endorsed clothing and equipment at a very early stage in
before
his
he
career.
ever swung a club. Yeah, he had an endorsement deal with Puma.
Amanda Bullionis with the blazer on today in Butler Cabin.
No short sleeves with Amanda.
Oh goodness! All right,
that's the Masters too, or the Augusta National if you wanted to.
Segment 2 has come and gone. We are glad you're joining us here on KRFORadio.com. Phil Iacovino next to me. This is Jason Iacovino. It's our Masters podcast. We'll be back with more right after this.